Hello everyone and welcome to Chess5, and today I'm going to show you the game between Levon Aronian versus Grischuk Alexander, and this game is from the Grand Chess 2 Superbet Chess Classic Romania 2021, and this is the round number 7. So this game is going to be very interesting, so let's start the game. So Levon Aronian with the white pieces and Grischuk Alexander with the black pieces. So Levon Aronian started with 1d4 and Grischuk Alexander replied with knight to f6, here c4, e6, knight to f3, d5, the queen's gambit declined, here knight to c3, and here c5 by Grischuk. Here basically black usually plays c6, bishop to e7, bishop to b4, on part of knight to d7, but Grischuk chose c5, just trying to open up the center directly. And okay, this is not bad move, it's also fine move. Here Levon Aronian played e3, here knight to c6, here a3, here d into c4, bishop into c4, here a6, planning to play b5, kick the bishop back and going to develop the bishop on b7. So white simply castles, here b5, here bishop goes to a2, here bishop comes to b7, and here Levon Aronian push the pawn to d5. So your pawn takes, here knight takes, and here bishop to e7. And here Levon Aronian played e4. It looks like, why did Aronian play e4? Like black can take the pawn, right? No, it's not good, because in this position Levon Aronian set a very nice move, because now comes a very powerful move, bishop to f4. The idea is the knight wants to come to c7 and attack the king as well as the rook on a8. So black usually castles, obviously. Now white plays rook to e1, and now the threat is rook is attacking the knight as well as the bishop on e7, and the knight is also attacking the bishop. So if black tries to protect the knight by playing f5, now white is going to play knight into e7, and this is a double check. The king have to move, knight into c6, bishop into c6, and white is just a piece plus and going to win the game. So after e4, black decided to castle, and now Levon Aronian played bishop to f4. Here Grischuk played c4, because now the bishop on a2 is a very bad piece. So here rook to e1, protecting the e4 pawn. Here rook comes to e8, queen to d2, bishop to c5. Here bishop goes to g5, pinning up the knight. Here bishop comes back to e7. Here h4 by Levon Aronian. Obviously he wants to attack on the king side now. So Grischuk played h6, hitting the bishop on g5. Here bishop to f4, bishop comes to c5, bishop to c7, queen to c8, knight into f6 check, here g into f6, and we can clearly see that black's king side is just like completely destroyed in this position. Here white played queen to f4, but still this is an equal position. And here Grischuk Alexander made his first blunder by playing knight to d4, and this was a blunder. In this position he should have played knight to e5, because after knight to e5, now black is planning to capture the bishop on c7. So white captures the knight, pawn takes, here queen into h6, here queen to c6, asking for a queen trade. Obviously white will not trade the queens, because he's attacking to the black king, so obviously he will deny the queen trade and play queen h5. And now black plays queen g6, and it supports queen trade. And after queen takes, queen f pawn takes, white is a pawn plus, because white is having 6 pawns and black is having 5 pawns, but this is an equal position because black is having a pair of bishops, and we can clearly see that the white bishop on a2 is very bad, because of like black is having a very nice pawn structure. That's why it's an equal position. But after queen to f4, Grischuk played knight to d4, which was a blunder, because now in this position Levon Aronian played knight into d4, bishop into d4, rook to d1, attacking the bishop on d4. The bishop comes to c5. Here bishop to b1. Here bishop goes to f8, protecting the pawn. And now Levon Aronian just sweeps the rook to e3, planning to play rook g3 and going to make all his pieces come into the game and crush the black king. So after rook to e3, black played bishop to g7. Here rook to g3. Now the bishop is pinned on g7, and white is planning to capture the pawn on h6. So king moves to h8. Here now white plays e5, and in the game Grischuk played queen to e6, and all those who are thinking like what will happen if queen takes bishop, now comes rook into g7, and white is planning to checkmate the black king by playing queen into h6, checkmate. So black is forced to capture the rook. Here comes e into f6 check. King here doesn't matter which square king goes. White will simply capture the pawn on h6, king g8, and queen g7 checkmate. So it's going to be game over. So after e5, Grischuk decided to play queen e6. Here bishop to f5, attacking the queen on e6. Here queen goes back to e7, and now rook to d7. And this is a so fantastic position for Levon Aronian. We can see that white has successfully managed to bring all his pieces into the game, and this is just a crushing position for black. So that's why after playing rook to d7, move number 29, Grischuk Alexander with the black pieces resigned the game, and Levon Aronian with the white pieces won the game. A very fantastic game by both the players, but this time Levon Aronian took the game. So guys, if you like this game, then please like my video. If you are new to my channel, then please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.